Welcome back, beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for sticking around. If you've been a subscriber, I know it's been a little while since I posted, but life happens, and here we are. I have another quick take review. This one is Naturium. It is the 10% glycolic resurfacing gel. I hope you're well, I hope your family's well, I hope you're getting vaccinated and staying healthy and getting ready to safely come out of quarantine. It seems like every time I turn around, Naturium has another launch, and they're all great products, or at least they have a lot of promise, so I thought I would catch up. I'm gonna do a few Naturium reviews. This one is the first in this little binge, the 10% glycolic resurfacing gel. Now, 10% is a good, solid percentage for glycolic acid to be effective. The pH is important. They nailed it. They hit the right range so that it's effective, but not so acidic that it's gonna be burny, tingly. That said, I still have mixed feelings about daily acids. I used to be super into it, and I feel like we all kind of swung the pendulum both ways. Way overdid it on the acids because you get really good, quick results. Your skin looks brighter, your pores look smaller, just softer, brighter, all the wonderful things of topical acids, but it's very easy and it happens quite quickly that you impair your skin barrier. And then you wind up with redness, irritation, and that stuff is just a beast to turn back. So I wouldn't recommend it as a daily use product for anyone, but using it regularly in your regular skincare routine is an awesome option for daily exfoliation. So while they have done a good job of making this a pretty balanced acid product, I still wouldn't recommend it for daily use. I would recommend it 1 or 2 times throughout the week, maybe a few more times if you really tend to be more dry, have thicker, more resilient skin, but just a couple times a week is probably pretty solid. While we're talking about exfoliation, glycolic acid is an alpha hydroxy acid, or AHA, and it does a good job with drier skin types. It is a water-soluble molecule, not an oil-soluble molecule, so oilier skin types tend to do better with something like a BHA or even an azelaic acid. But AHAs, glycolic acid, do a good job of just breaking down the bond that holds that dead skin to the surface and makes skin look dull, makes your products penetrate a little bit deeper when you exfoliate regularly because there's not a big layer of dead skin sitting there to penetrate. Glycolic acid is derived from sugar. It is also a nice humectant, so it's going to draw some moisture to it. We tend to point people towards glycolic acids and alpha hydroxy acids when you have more sun damage, more mature skin, more dry skin. Any of those are gonna react pretty well to glycolic acid because it's gonna help brighten the skin, both by removing the dead layer of skin and just helping your natural glow show through, but also because it's gonna help mildly inhibit pigment, which we tend to see as, sun damage, sunspots, that kind of thing. Also, it's going to help encourage collagen synthesis because you're speeding up the cell turnover just by removing that dead layer of skin. Your body starts to realize, oh, I think I should make some more collagen and replace what's lost. You can use glycolic acid anywhere in your routine, daytime or nighttime. Any acid is going to come with a warning saying that it will make you more sun sensitive. That's not a function of the molecule being on your skin, it's a function of removing that dead layer of skin. You have less protection against the outside world. Just know that you need to be wearing a good SPF anyways for any of the products that I'm recommending, or any time you're just working on skincare, you really need to be wearing an SPF. As far as the sun sensitivity goes, it's just that function of removing a dead layer of skin, so you can put on a glycolic acid daytime or nighttime, you're still going to be just as sun sensitive once you've used it. So on to this one in particular. The packaging is great. It's a fairly simple package. It's a good size bottle. It's a 3 fluid ounce or 88.7 milliliters. It comes with a straw and bottle pump, which is perfectly appropriate for this. It's not super sensitive to air or light, but it is an opaque plastic bottle. The pump works perfectly for the viscosity of this gel, pumps out a perfect amount with 1 or 2 pumps for larger areas, and we will get back to that. When you're using it on face and neck, I would say 1 pump is plenty for face, neck, décolleté, all the way down. It does spread really thin, really nicely. When we're talking about formula, it has propanediol in it, which is a nice penetration enhancer, but it also leaves sort of a smooth film as the product sets in. So it just makes it very easy to spread, so you don't have to get too crazy, dotting it around your skin to get even coverage. While we're talking about formula, it obviously has glycolic acid in it. Sodium hydroxide is a pH buffer, so that's what they use to make sure that the product has the perfect pH to actually be effective as an exfoliant, which is super important for alpha hydroxy acids. We also have glycerin, nice and high on the ingredients list, which is awesome. It's a nice skin reparative ingredient and a humectant as well. So we've got 3 good humectants here. Propanediol is both a penetration enhancer, but it also acts as a mild humectant. Glycolic acid is a humectant, and then your glycerin is a nice humectant as well. So it's going to be good for those drier skin types. The rest of the ingredients are not super interesting to me. It does have some fruit extracts in it that may assist in the exfoliation, but more than likely all they offer is a little bit of antioxidant protection, which is not a bad thing. We can always use more antioxidants, but they will both protect the formula and protect your skin from free radical damage. Naturium uses a phenoxyethanol. It's a reasonable preservative system. It's sort of taken the place of parabens in our paraben-phobic world right now, but does a good job of being antimicrobial and keeping the product stable for its labeled shelf life. This product is also fragrance-free and essential oil-free. It has no discernible scent to it, so that's all awesome stuff. Now, for those of you who have watched my channel for a little while, you will know that I am strongly averse to strong acids, especially glycolic acid. Glycolic acid has probably the smallest molecules of the alpha hydroxy acids that are mass produced. So that means it's going to penetrate deeper into your skin and hypothetically give you a deeper exfoliation than something with a larger molecule like lactic acid. My skin freaks out with most acids, especially because I've overused them too many times. So I find that I don't really use this on my face, but I do use it on my hands, which keeps them nice and soft and helps my moisturizer stick around a little bit better, keeps them from getting dry and cracky, also keeps the cuticles in good shape. And I have found that this is actually one of the most amazing foot acids. So I put 1 pump on each foot before bed, and it has kept like calluses away. It keeps my feet nice and soft. So I would recommend you try it. It's a reasonable price for it, and I just use it, probably 3 or 4 nights a week, and just does a wonderful job. So while most of you will find it perfectly acceptable to use on your face, think about the neck down every now and then. If there are dry areas or like elbows, it'd probably be great for that. Put it to good use. It's a good product. So as you can see, the gel texture does a great job of just spreading thin. Make sure you don't overuse it because it will feel a little bit tacky. Propanediol can have that texture to it. So if it feels tacky, sticky, anything like that, probably use too much. Just back down a little bit. Like I said, the pump is awesome, so you can really control the amount that's coming out. So tailor it to your own uses. You can also use this as a deodorant, not antiperspirant, but a deodorant for underarms. You throw just a little dab of it under both underarm, let it dry out, and the glycolic acid will inhibit the growth of most bacteria that is odor forming, so it keeps the stink away. It doesn't do anything for perspiration, so you still will sweat if you're a sweaty person, but it will keep the scent down. So if you're looking for natural deodorant or just a deodorant alternative, this is an awesome option. And because it's so balanced, it's not gonna over dry your armpits. And if you shave your armpits, it's not gonna make them super irritated. It's just gonna keep it nice and odor-free. When I use it on my face, and I do occasionally use it on my face for a little extra exfoliation, I'm just very judicious about it. I make sure that I give it a good solid minute afterwards just to kind of set before I throw anything else on it. Now, Lighter textures on the top of this, like watery toners, moisturizing toners, essence, mists, will do a good job of kind of hydrating those humectants, so worth a shot. Depending on your particular routine, I would want to use this pretty much right after cleansing my face. It can still be a little bit damp. It'll make it even easier to spread around, but I want to use my acids closest to my skin and then layer things on top of it afterwards. So in this case, I would bypass the usual rule of thumb of thin textures to thickest, because you want those acids to be closer to your skin, so we'll give it a pass. If you are a fan of thin textures like I am, you might consider the 8% glycolic from Naturium or from The Ordinary. Very similar formulas, but they do a good job of being acidic, being the right pH so that they're effective for exfoliation, but being a nice water-like texture. So bottom line, I think it's a great product. I think anybody who has drier, more mature skin, you'll love that it has those nice hydrating, humectant ingredients. It's gonna do a good job of exfoliating. It'll help minimize fine lines, minimize the appearance of pores just optically, and give you really good exfoliation. Again, I would start out really slow and probably keep it to just 1 or 2 times a week. If your skin is super resilient, go for it. See what it can handle. But it's very difficult to walk back once you've overdone it on acids, so just be mindful. As far as pricing goes, it is a good price for the product that it is. Fairly simple formula, but when it comes to acids, you don't want a whole lot of extra stuff going on. You really want it to be a good effective pH, a good effective concentration, and just make sure that it's not something that's going to add extra irritation, because exfoliation can already be somewhat irritating. You can pick this up at Target in stores, I believe, or at the very least online, or naturium.com. They also sell it on Amazon, and it is a 3.0 fluid ounce or 88.7 milliliter pump bottle for $23 US. Thank you so much for watching. I have loved getting in touch with you guys about your quandaries and your concerns with products and recommendations and all kinds of stuff. So please let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to as far as product testing goes, and what's working for you, what isn't, what your questions are. I love helping out and love getting to interact with you guys. Do all the usual YouTube things, subscribe and click the bell if you want to be annoyed by notifications from me. But I hope that you will subscribe and let me know what you thought of the video down below. And if you love this kind of content, there is a playlist. I will leave it up in the corner. It is Quicktake reviews and just single product reviews of the things that you guys love. Take care. See you next time.